Can you tell us a bit about your startup company?
We have a bit of a sort of solution. I'll start with the company first. So our company, Playback Games, we've been going for around about 8 years. Over that time, we've developed about 6 projects. One of them, Dunkers 2, which is our most successful one, done about 6 million downloads. And the other one that's our sort of second most successful was published by Miniclip, which was around about 1 million downloads roughly. And that was a hell of a learning experience.
Our aim is to make games that are based on the viral ads that you see and actually bring them to life.
We are Symmetric Studio, a mobile game development studio based in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We established recently 2024. We are aiming to make mobile hybrid casual games. We are starting with our first title right now, Valley of Fog. We are an experienced team, 4 members right now and growing, with 10 plus years of experience in mobile game development from all over the world.
What did really inspire you to begin with your startup company?
So the 3 founders, myself, Kez and Lee, we've always had a passion for games. We started off in adult training and youth training, but we've always had sort of a passion for games, and we're entrepreneurs. Me personally, I'm in control of the game side of it, and I've always been, from a young age, fiddling around with mechanics and robotics and tech and all that sort of stuff. So games is sort of a natural progression for me. I studied animation at uni, did a master's, so always wanted to get into the games industry, but didn't quite know how to start. And starting my own thing was a kind of natural. Once we built up a bit of capital with our primary company, we were able to sort of invest in games, and I took over the leading games. So yeah, it's just a passion for making games at its core. And obviously, if you get games right, you can make considerable amounts of money.
What inspires me to make video games and start the studio is a goal that I've set since I was 15 years old, to basically enter the gaming industry, and from there by my 30s to start my own studio and make people happy with the kind of entertainment that I'm providing to them.
I mean, we are gamers, and I've been game development, especially hobbyist, since 2013. This is the first time I downloaded Unity, and it was way before. We've always been touching, and I think the guys here with me have the same background, and that's why we are together right now. So we have always been dabbling in game development here and there. Since we are gamers, we love games. Finally, there is a momentum with the Vision 2030. There is a momentum, very high momentum in the country for making game development and leaving an impact, not only for mobile games locally, but in the global market as well. So that's one of the motivations.
Which session or topic was the most valuable for your team during the bootcamp?
I think it was the initial one, the intro to VCs and how they work. That was brilliant. I mean, is it Abdulillah? I can't say his name exactly right. He who led the session, brilliant. Loved hearing him talk. Very precise, very on the ball, funny with it. So it was a pleasure to sort of listen to that session, but it's very informative. And the session kind of really got a lot of info. I fed back to the guys, and we've obviously got the recordings for it. So that was super good to hear that session. But personally for me, I liked the AI session, which kind of falls in line with our product that we want to make. But the AI session for me, I like tech, so I like where everything's going, which is robotics and AI. So yeah, and AI is obviously massive in gaming at the moment.
The game design session, and also the sessions related to pitching and building a pitch deck and understanding how to address what audience, especially when you're talking to VCs and you're talking to publishers also.
For me personally, it was the first 2 sessions with Abdulillah for the seeking investors in the VC world and the legality of the stuff. It was so informative. And I think for us as a team, especially today, it was for pitching. It was so important. Since we are doing the pitch today, we are trying to find the right flow, the right approach to making the pitch. So yeah, that was one of the most important. And the game design ones, since I'm a designer at heart.
Have you made any changes to your development approach or your business through the bootcamp?
We've got a number of prototypes that we've made over the little while, and we wanted to take one of our prototypes and add to it, because we've been in talks with a publisher who is interested is actually Miniclip, who've shown interest in the product. But we don't want to go, we've been down the same route where we've developed a product, we've spent quite a bit of time on it, and then change this or do that. You know, it's like to go down to say 6 months, a year, 18 months worth of line to obviously use our skills and get a great product out. We're not entirely sure that's the way forward. We think our new system, our new product that we want to deliver to you guys and present is a way better opportunity for both us and you. And it's less risk. We think there's a massive need, and it was an idea that was a prototype, but coming on the accelerator, we've realized, and speaking and seeing our VCs work and having the sessions, that we've realized that that's the way to go. So it's been a kind of light bulb.
I have made some changes to my pitch deck, and I got some insights and also some ideas add into the business strategy itself.
Especially regarding the expansion of the team. I'm more open right now, since not only talking to the mentors, but also talking to the other teams. A little bit flexible with remote working. There is much potential for finding the right talent, not necessarily here in Saudi, but worldwide. There is more than one way to keep the chemistry that we currently have in person, but also to move it in the remote work side. So that was one of the changes that we are currently thinking about.
So last question, how do you see yourself and your company evolving in the next year?
We see ourselves in the next year, the next 12 months, really kind of nailing home and competing with the other websites out there that do it. When I say the other websites out there that do it, we think we could be the first. There are other HTML5 games websites, not sure if they offer AI-based content. AI-produced games of a kid in a bedroom who's got an idea, who can, submit their game to us, and we can upload it onto our site. Or it's going to be obviously heavily curated and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where we see ourselves in the next year, like competing with the real bigger players worldwide, at least on our way to getting there. Maybe it takes a year or 2 years, I don't know, but that's our dream. Yeah,
I see our games being launched, being properly marketed, and gaining an audience that engages with our games, especially with the idea of building multiple games within the coming year.
For the next year, hopefully, we will be, instead of team of 4, we will be in team of 8. We would have an artist, that's one of the highlights, and a product manager and a designer. So we will be growing the team with 2 release titles, one as a complete launch and the other as a soft launch.